Let's start closing this. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, we can keep going for another few minutes, but otherwise I'll slowly start closing this. Yeah, I don't have any more particular I got plenty of fucking questions. Don't worry about that, but now it's time to close. But if there's something interesting you want to share, go for it.
I would just close out with this, where a lot of guys get hung up on how do I get the girl, but this stuff goes far outside of just getting the girl, right? You're only one connection away from changing your life, and all you have to do is create that opportunity for yourself by simply opening up your mouth and getting out of your comfort zone. So talk to everybody.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it's all to do with whatever you got going on in life, not even just dating. Stop being complacent. Just take a hard look at yourself. If you're lacking in dating, if you want that 10, if you want that 9, and you're complacent for whatever reason, you're going to be there for a long time, buddy. So don't settle for complacency. All right. Just try to be a go getter, be the person you want to be. Just stop thinking about it and start executing. Complacency is the killer of all dreams, guys. So that's what I'll leave you with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say you have to take a good hard look in the mirror and ask yourself, what is this all worth to me? Getting the hottest girls, having the best physique, making the most money, doing cool shit, it all requires time, effort, energy, and a lot of failure. And you have to level with yourself. Am I that guy? Am I going to put in the work to get the results that I want? And if
Mm.
you're not, hey, it's okay. But once you decide that's the result, then you have to also accept the burden of putting in the effort.
I saw this quote today. I loved it, where it was like a lot of successful people are just willing to look like an idiot, whereas you aren't.
Ooh, Hormozy.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember the quote exactly, but that's pretty much what it boiled down to. And I loved it.
Yeah.
For most
Yeah,
people,
it's
so
hard to be
fucking
a
wild.
winner and it's hard to be a loser, right? Going up and learning cold approach is hard, but not doing it sucks even more. So you have to choose what you want to do. Waking up early and going to the gym every day is hard, but not doing it and being fat and out of shape is even harder. So like,
Hmm.
it's both really hard and it's both frustrating and it's not even fun most of the time, especially in the beginning when you develop yourself as a man. It's no fun at all. It's no fun to learn social skills when you're overcoming all your anxieties and all that stuff and your insecurities and you have to fix yourself, right? But it's also, or I would say it's even harder to not work on that because the moment when you decide to stop being a loser is when you stop being a loser. And that's when life becomes fun, right? And you have to decide you want to be a winner that puts in the actions, no matter what people or your friends or your family or whatever says, or you don't. So you have to make a decision. Do you want to be a winner or do you want to be a loser? And there's going to be ups and downs all the time, anyways.
I
And
was
the only
getting
thing, yeah, and the only thing that you can rely on these days is you. No one's going to do it for you. No one cares about you. So you have to work on yourself and take responsibility and become that man that you want to be. That's it.
I was getting the chills there a few moments ago. Something maybe there was a study on there, so or whatever, but when people are dying, they don't regret the things that they did. They regret the things that they didn't do. That's it.
Hmm.
Already.
Yep.
Yeah, any other closing statements?
Yeah, I want to say something. I notice I talk to a lot of guys every day on Instagram. Guys today are literally they have so much fucking theory in their heads. They're paralysis by analysis. It's like they're thinking so much. They're asking me questions that are like, "How do I get a threesome, dude?" It's like you don't even have a fucking girl in your life, right?
Yeah.
Nothing is going to compare to real world experience. Nothing. Theory is great, right? I can give you theory. I can help you along the way, but nothing compares to actually getting out there and doing it consistently. That's how your brain is actually going to learn.
Be willing to fuck up.
No,
Yeah.
for
Yep.
real. I would probably wager that every dude on this call has fumbled more baddies in their life than the average guy has ever spoken to. I know I have.
I love that quote.
Uh,
The master has failed more times than the student has even tried, but it is so true. You have to be willing to fuck up, readjust, and just get back up and do it again. Change your strategy.
Yeah, so when I got to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube, I posted something on Facebook and it said something like being a perfectionist got me 10 subscribers. taking action got me 1,000 times more.
Ooh.
It's like that's literally true because the same friend that I was talking about earlier who died 10 years ago, I was interviewing him a year before because he was a famous game developer. And in this interview, which is the first interview I ever did of any kind, and it's funny how full circle this went now that I interview people for YouTube. I asked him something, and then I asked him a secondary question off of that, off of his answer, and I was asking him about perfection, and he said, doesn't exist. And I was a perfectionist back then. And what was stopping me from ever building a YouTube channel or many other things in my life in general was just this idea of perfection. I'm not going to start until I get the best webcam, until I get a webcam that's external to the computer, until I get a microphone, till I got this light box, this light ring, and all this other equipment. Eventually I started giving up on the perfectionism and just doing things. And then I was getting views, and then I was able to invest in equipment like microphones. And I only had this maybe less than 2 years. So still some of this is fairly recent, but perfection really stopped me from being able to evolve. So it's like the 1,000 times more progress thing. That's a real example from my life, just from my YouTube channel. But anyway, let's look at some themes we gone through today. Guinea pig global, maybe gingerbread global again. Anything else that comes up, I don't know. But other panels we could have in the future. This has been a very interesting discussion, guys. We're going to have a Mexican panel in the future, a German panel in the future, a social circle game panel in the future. I'm also thinking even crazier, like random things, maybe not necessarily crazier, but a chill panel. Is guys like Devin and Casey Redbeard and Ryan Fernandez, they're just like the most chill panelists ever. So like I want to get those free guys and like the most chill guys who come on just for like the chill panel. I like to have these fucking themes.